Afternoon, boys and girls, hope you're well. There's a lovely little colour in the water. The pressure's dropped and hopefully there'll be a few herring about now. They do seem to be very late this year. That's about a couple of hours before the high water, so might nip off. I'll be going on my own. The old man's back's twinged and playing up a bit, so there's no point in him pushing it and hurting himself properly, is there? So I'm going to nip off on my own. Ain't a bad evening, look bloody lovely really. Don't know if you can see, but the old inshore lifeboat practice and that sort of thing. That's the inshore lifeboat, and I just heard the big one start up as well. And here's the new tractor and boat coming out. That ain't very old, it's less than a year old, that boat and tractor. Had the naming ceremony a few weeks ago. Bit of a beast, isn't it? Yeah, the naming ceremony a few weeks ago, and quite nicely they named it Annette Thurlow after one of the mothers of the coxswain. The whole Thurlow family done quite a lot over the years for the lifeboat, so that's quite fitting really. And then they go down the beach. Well, I ain't got no more time, I better go and get ready. Well, I just launched, a bit lumpy on the beach, but it weren't too bad. The old inshore lifeboats now come ashore. There's a bit of a lump to be expected. You always get a bit of a lump here on the north, on the high water. I'm just motoring a little bit to the south, just to clear all this lot. There's a couple of hefts in here, so I get away from all that crap. I ain't got much tide left. I got about half hour tide, I think, roughly. Oh, 3/4 hour tide. So I better get this sorted. There ain't much showing on the plotter, but there's tons of weed on the beach, just for certain. I better just get this ready quickly. Got to get that out of the way. When the old man's here, he normally do that. Actually missed the old bugger went in here. These are just 10 surface monos, or 8 should I say, I'm lying. 8 surface monos. I just put them in a couple of days ago. I got 2 net bins, one with deep nylons and one with surface monos. Open up my options then, doesn't it? There's quite a good roll in the water, so I don't want to go round Stickham's Point out of the harbour off the armour, so I'm just going to shoot in here. Just get to the water chute. Easy said and done on your own. And then I'll head slightly to the north, because obviously the outside end will come round. They're going over lovely, aren't they? Surprised that when you're getting back the bags and been in storage for a year, they normally go all fluffy and horrible. They don't tangle up as bad as sunk nets, there's no floats to tangle up. I'm looking at the sounder here and there ain't a lot of showing I got with it. And they're quite poor. About halfway. These sheets worth their weight in gold, aren't they? They're 2 1/8 monos, these are. They get the better herring generally this time of year. I'm on the last bubble. With that should be enough. I left my half a net left, so I'll slow down. If like pull your arm off when you try and stop at full speed. Look at that. Perfect. I'd like to say I've done that before. You can see there's some good waves rolling in here. They said there would be a few southerlies. A bit of southerly swell in the water, they said that. But just near that'll be alright, as long as I don't go around a point, I won't get lumpy. Well, I've just done the deed, I just tied up the old launching anchor. That's the most important thing, get that tied up and stowed away so I'm not tripping over rope. And also, I tie it up with two or three metres spare, because obviously when I come ashore I jump out of the boat, tie that end to the loop of rope in the front of the boat and then stick the anchor back in the beach, so that ain't going anywhere. You look a right wally if you bloody come ashore and your boat blew out to sea, wouldn't it? You had to call the lifeboat. Well, we're drifting along nicely. There ain't a lot of tide today, that's only a weak tide, that's only I think about 2.2 metres, well, that's the weakest tide round here, that's really weak that is. So we're drifting along about 0.8 knots at the minute. We've got half hour tide left now, so we don't drift too far. There doesn't look a lot of fish there, the odd little drib and drab coming through, it don't look a lot, do it? Well, after all the jobs are done, that can only mean one thing, doesn't it? Time for a coffee. I think it's now starting to spit with rain as well. Lovely. Just what I want. That's alright, it's only a bit of rain in it, wouldn't hurt anyone. The only people that don't like rain are the great unwashed, didn't they? Split them about now. Now, little Wookie Nation, what is going on? And again, I'm not going to get political, so I'll call that. Oh, come on, Aaron, I don't look nothing on there. When I launched, I did notice there's tons of weed in the beach. The beach is full of weed in the breakers. I think I'd ease off for a few days if I was beach fishing, that's for certain. That's full of that red weed everywhere. Well, there's been a good blow the last few days, so that knocked the old red weed off the chalk reef up north Norfolk and then bring it down here. Not exactly what you want, but that is what it is. I seem to get in here and lay here for a few weeks. Not as bad as further to the south up Corton way. God, that weed can sit in there for months, that can. I don't know why, but sit in there, just sit there all bloody winter. Oh, the weed pit up Corton. Well, I'm just going to have a little look on because I can. I'll give it 5 minutes, I don't think there'll be a lot there. But we'll have a little look, just for the sheer hell of it. I should have come off a little bit earlier. That's how we sod's law, innit? Things always take a bit longer when you do it on your own compared to if there's two people there. I don't know a lot of shovel on that sounder, that's for certain. through the drips and drabs. No, that isn't very good, is it? Dribs and drabs, what I thought. Weed. Too short to that whole red weed, is there? Oh, what's that? Well, that is one for certain. Little heron. First one. As my old mama do, give that a kiss. I better shoot these back over the side. I think I'm going to have to roll these with that wind. Blow us around a bit. Little forecast is wrong. That'll do it. Lovely job. Well, we've got one there and that's the start, isn't it? Well, hanging on this end has pulled it around a little bit, and obviously the tide. So what I've done is I've just put the rope, put that through the old rollock there, and then we'll be broadside, and that'll push us off a bit and hopefully pull them nets out a little bit. You can see it happening already. Obviously with a westerly wind, the boat broadside to it, that'll then pull these out. I'm going to have another little look on. I saw little 1 or 2 bit dribbles of fish coming through. I don't want a lot of fish. Prices on the market towards the end of the week isn't the best, let's put it that way. So yeah, a box of 2 would do really. Come on Aaron, spin up. That looks very good, is it? I should have come a little bit early in the strength of the tide, but that is what it is. That isn't very good at all, is it? Why do we do this for? No, they look like Aaron, but they're bloody deep. They're 20 foot. If they lifted, that'd be happy days. That's what we want. A few of them lifted in the water. 20 foot deep. They definitely look like Aaron to me. A few more. 15. Well, one thing I will say, I thought I saw a seal, but it soon buggered off. That tells you something. If there ain't no seals there ain't no fish there generally. Unless they're finding a bit more further out. But I can't see many, there ain't no seals here now. There's one come through and that soon vanished. So I can't even blame them. There's sort of cormorant, a couple of cormorants in here, but they're probably after the bait fish, ain't they, and they're gone. I think that tide's nearly finished. We're only doing about 0.3 knots now. It's virtually finished. Well, the tide is meant to be about 10 to 3, and what's the time now? That's now 1:45, so we ain't too much tide left, is there? So how it go? Well, it isn't looking good. If you look at the sounder, them herring are lying right on the bottom. They're just lying a couple of foot off the bottom where I can't reach them. Typical sod's law. I might as well start hauling in a minute. get a few, Aaron. I had some for tea the other night. Pan fried. They were bloody lovely. I always think it's the first ones of the year, always the best. Wait, because we haven't had them in too long. There's a lot in here, is there? Bloody hell. That wind's died down, there's enough wind to blow the old exhaust fumes away. They stink of it. Come on, Aaron. Oh, what's that? That's still the darling. Lovely. I'll get a box. Look at the sheep, look. Another one coming. Ain't enough food. And another one. Oh, it's three. Get them all in. Need a few more than that though. That's nice to see. Starting it. See how deep they are, right against the lead line. What a lovely area that is. So I don't get any more, that's my tea. Oh, I don't bloody love Aaron. Another couple. I don't know what the wind's but over the water's water because stop, the momentum stopped and the arse end of the boat goes round. Now for getting the rope round, getting the flint round the arse end of the boat. Just keep going like that. Going, hardly stops for. Oh, there's bloody jellyfish falling out of the water, falling out of the nets. Them little round sea gooseberries. That's 2 nets. These nets are all doubles. Make it a double length. Nets, and I've got 8 nets, 4 doubles I've got. That's a quarter of the gear already. The old chap doesn't like using the hauler. I just understand they do take a lot of the scales off, they don't look so good. But most people really care about it really anymore. Herons are herons for most people. They use bait where a lot of them go. Shame really, they're cheap, nutritious fish. Oh, they all gone. Well, I did have it vanished. Oh, there's one. Fish was there, seemed to vanish. Filtered it to the back of it. That's halfway. 15 herons. They are right next to the lead line. The old man cups of tea up there. Oh. Tangled it. That's better. Pan up with it there. What's that? Late one with that low grass. Not all we want. It's bloody old things. People say don't hold them by their marriage, but in this sort of game, best way, put that back, and then I'll pull it that thing. That's it, okay. Right there, a bit thicker. Forward. Round come round the bow of the boat. I'll just put a flag on it. Bit much on the bow, all there is a bit of root. They clip that sort of thing, that flag on there. That's more than no end of problems. Bit on your own, you want to lean over the side, all get a bit dodgy to that. Basically mental risk assessment in your head. Don't do things that are dodgy. That, not a lot of fish. I suppose that's right, isn't it? Well, what we got there ain't going to cut it, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go a little bit to the southward and I'm going to get the first of the ebb. Because that ain't no good, what we've got there. I just put the down lights on. I don't think we're going to be off that long. Just going to run to a southern a bit. I need to go round the corner, but God, still how well you can see this water on that slack has gone sheer as hell. Gosh, sheer. Bloody hell. If everyone were there, they were just bloody deep. I think they were there, they look like herring to me. Got the old live boxes you can be filled. So I just put the down lights on and we're ready to go. I've just gone round Stickham's corner, and as I thought, there's more swell around here. There always is. You're in protected so much from the banks here. Obviously, off Caister in the bay behind me, you're protected by the swell. From the swell by the older sandbanks. But while shooting here, we'll soon get round the corner and we'll probably set off a bit, like you always do. Oh, there's a good wave coming here. Go a little bit further. And we'll start shooting. Well, I'm now coming up to the old man's favourite cable. And I'll turn around and start shooting. I'm not going to get too close, but we'll set off here. I've got a double dilemma today. Not only have we got the tide racing around that point, this is the beginning of the tide, so I pick up inside first. So yeah, I'm going to have to shoot these quite, put a hell of an angle on them. Get that over. I just started, that's it innit? Well, there are some good swells rolling in here. Because I'm obviously shooting broadside to it, you feel them now, but I'll soon get round and paste them, we'll miss all these. There's a bit of a roll around case, but nothing like this. Well, I've got several factors to contribute. That's the start of the tide to be more tide inside than out. We go around the point what push the tide round more, and also the wind's gone round northwesterly, so it's then holding us back. So there's several different factors I've got to think about while shooting these. See, I ain't making much progress beating the inside end. Still plenty there. I think there's one net to go. Another 10 foot to go. Bloody typical, innit? I'm not getting the old engine on now. I'll soon roll these over. There we go. There's a lot of people who don't know what a good set of oars is anymore. They're few and far between. But these oars need a good treatment. I keep treating them, but this modern stuff you put on gear, it's crap now. Not the old creosote from years old. That was brilliant. This stuff, God, water-based stuff doesn't last 2 minutes though. Tie this on, the job's good. On the end, pull us round. The old forecast was wrong. They said there'd be a good southwesterly. Going to southwesterly and then going back to west southwesterly, and I ain't had any of that. But hey, let's see what happened here, eh? Well, there isn't a lot there, is there? That's the first shoot. But then again, I didn't expect a huge amount, because on these really slack tides, sometimes they swim on the strength of the tide. So I thought I'll get 2 birds with 1 stone sort of thing. Get the end of the flood, and then get the first of the ebb, maybe into darkness. Obviously I'll put the Dan lights on just in case. We'll see how it go. But we seem to be going along. I've only shown about 0.6 knots. But I'll quickly speed up when we start going around this corner. Tide's building all the time. Well, they look like herring. They need to lift a little bit longer, because these nets only got 15 foot deep. So let's hope they all lift a bit. They definitely look like herring, they do. As we always say, they look like seagulls. Go on, herring. Lift a bit. I ain't greedy. I only got a couple of boxes. That'll be lovely. Well, it's now starting to get dark. I just put the old nav lights. You can probably see the white one behind me. I put the old nav lights on. Well, red over white, the fishing lights. The old Dan lights are now started flashing. Was it about 5 minutes past 4? I think it's going to get dark early tonight, because it's an overcast night, isn't it? But let's look, there's a few fish. They look like a few fish lifted up in the water when I went in that corner. But I'm now at the other side of that corner, and there doesn't look a lot there. That look very poor. Sod's law on it. You try and weigh things up, these herring, and they're finicky old buggers. 1 minute you can't catch them for lovely money, and next minute you can't. They're knee deep and you can't do any wrong. I can't work the bloody things out. Cool, if you look at all that, that's all weed on the bottom. That is. There's tons of red weed I saw on the beach. That's all getting churned up in the water there as we come around Snickham's Point, and the old water swirl around. That's all being lifted off the bottom. There's tons of red weed there. God, don't fancy fishing on the beach at the minute with all that lot. But I'm sure there'll be hundreds of whiting amongst it. I'll let it start to thin out now. Funny how it go in patches. Well, I started getting nearer. Starting to get dark, so I think I'm going to haul these. Whether there be anything in it, I don't know. But I've got to give it a go, haven't we? Give it a good go. You got to be in it to win it and all that. It's quick. I better lift the engine up. Fishing particularly well, they got in a giant horseshoe. That's how it goes sometimes. You can't always judge it perfectly on these corners. The start of the tide, the wind, quite a few different factors you've got to take into consideration. nice. Flapping around doing this, you deserve a few, haven't you, really, don't you? Lie this down and root and we have a squid. I'd rather have let me first, if there's anything there. I ain't expecting a lot, I've got to admit. Not the first, better than nothing. There's another one. Go on, Aaron, start swimming, you buggers. Right here is more on this, didn't we? Plenty of weed in the gear. That's a oh, a mackerel! Look at that! That's what, a pair of these. What a pumpkin mackerel, look at that. That's a lovely mackerel, that is. Wouldn't want a box full of them. Sadly, we don't see get mackerel in any numbers around here. Used to years ago. I remember once my old man got bloody 2 tons in one double net. Destroyed the net into pieces, but if I wasn't fishing one net, you don't mind that. You could feel the lint tearing into a hole in it. 92 stone shoal, one double lint. That's not a bloody mackerel, that is. That's a long time ago now, unfortunately. One double, that's 4 rolls. Good, is it? And again, after what I've done today anyway, just what time scratched my arse, so might as well been out here catching bugger all. Here's gone right round. There's a row. around a bit when we get to the that's all we hauled just before it got dark, or proper dark, to see what was going on. I thought something like this would happen. Pretty sharpish. White now coming. That's one thing I don't want. I like pull them before it gets dark. Tons of these bloody things. That's not what I want. This one's two big ones. Tea. All them little tiny white ones are there, a nightmare. They've got big pointy teeth. They catch up on everything. They roll up as well. So you can't even get out. I was thinking about just running straight to the bottom of the boat. I'm glad I didn't now. That's what I wanted to do. I think this gill here might be half wire, I think. Half wire, yes. Oh, what a ferret! Right target, good one. At last net. Like that. It's less ball than what it was in the last one. There you go. Right. Harry going to be out late this year. They've been finicky old things. They look some good marks to be honest, but they just the last couple of years we've got a load of little diddy ones inside. That is a lucky bar. See that? bloody shit. I've got a bass later. Don't want to pull it off one of your legs. There you go. More weed than there is fish. Near the end now. I'm having a little bass underneath. Darts. And that was that. Very disappointing. Not a lot, was there? What did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 herring and 1 mackerel, that all. That ain't worth talking about, is it? That was a nice mackerel though. Show me like a box of them. That it is what it is. They don't lift, they don't lift. Ain't much you can do about it. Well, that's me now all packed away, done and dusted. Peanut down my rain, everything's soaking wet, including little old Ginger here. Well, that was a bit disappointing, but that's how it go. I think them herring are late, because they did lift on that first of that ebb. I saw them lift in the water. They must have been them small little old herring what swum through. There you go, that's life. Another few weeks, hopefully they'll be knee deep. Okay then, boys and girls, I'll catch you later then. See you later. Bye.